Hi everyone, I'm Valencia Campbell, author of Advice from the Top, What Minority Women Say About Their Career Success. How many times have you woke up and said, I'm going to quit this job? Or maybe you're thinking about changing your job. But before you do that, I'd like you to take a look at my new book, Advice from the Top. This book basically gives the stories of 14 amazing minority women. I'm often asked, why did you decide to write on this topic? Well, initially I have been involved in a number of women groups, and one group in particular, 9 to 5, actually helped women on the workplace find resources if they encounter any types of problems. Sometimes it may have been sexual harassment, it may have been age discrimination, or some other issue. And what we were doing was basically putting together resources for these women. Since we were not lawyers, we could not actually give them legal advice. So as a result of hearing from hundreds of women all around the country, particularly minority women, about problem issues, I thought it would be important to start looking at the other side of this picture. That is, what were some of the factors that help propel women to success so that women will be able to avoid some of the problems in the future. So with that in mind, I interviewed women like Kathy Hughes, Eunice Dudley, who is also the Chief Financial Officer for Dudley Products, a hair product company, Andrea Rowan, who's here in the Washington, D.C. area, Zena Pierre, former White House staffer, Deli Pina, who is an educator in the field, as well as Superintendent Iris Metz. So there are a number of other women, and what I tried to do was to look at these different fields and try to determine what were the major factors that they thought influenced their success. And not surprisingly, a number of the women said that it was their own personal drive. That was one of the top factors for them. And the other issue was their family. And I showed in these individual stories how the family would help them move ahead. Because a lot of times you will hear your children will say, well, Mom, I don't want to call this person. But really, that's how it's done. And they talked about how they were working in various family businesses that provided them with their first job. And most of you know, many of us African Americans are not wealthy millionaires where we can go off and stay somewhere for a year and come back and get right back into our work position. So this is really crucial in terms of getting this information out to young people. Another big issue was religion. Many of them talked about how they wanted to give up. Take, for example, Ms. Kathy Hughes. She told me that she had actually tried to get a loan 32 times before, on the 33rd try, she was able to get that loan, and then, of course, the rest is history in terms of her launching her radio business. Amazing, phenomenal stories about perseverance. One of the other women, a Hispanic woman, B. Muglia, told me that when she was in school, of the counselors told her, she told her that she couldn't be a doctor. She told them she wanted to be a medical doctor. And they said, well, you know, you really don't have the grades. You don't have this, you don't have that. She was really heartbroken because that was what she wanted to do. And as a result of these stories, we learned she was able to identify a mentor who helped her with tutoring, who helped her develop her self-esteem, and today she is a medical doctor. So those are the kinds of stories that will prove incredibly inspiring for those of you who would be interested in learning about women's career stories. And I think one other thing that I wanted to do with this book is to also encourage many of you who have fantastic stories to tell to put those into writing so that we will have a legacy for those of us who come behind, so that we will know how to move ahead and move forward. So I hope that all of you again will take a look at my website, www.advicefromtopwomen.com. I will be at Borders and Capitol Center May 22nd on Saturday, and you can go there for other listings in terms of my book signings. So thanks again so much for sharing.